And hey, everybody, we are back with the Tide Pool. What's happening? I see everybody in the chat. Hello. Yeah. Whoops, mute. There we go. All right. I'm out
Jason,
of
do you get too many auctions?
No, but I'm going to do more because I use the auctions eBay gives me to clean out my old listings. So I throw them up to $9.99.
I mean live on-site auctions.
I haven't done one in a long time. But
like we do here in the countryside.
All right, Craig, what's happening? Is this in order of ending first unless I get the bid, right?
Yeah, so right now the auction is in live mode. So if you look up in the top corner, you'll see it says turn off live view. So don't turn off the live view, but you can see right now that we have like item number 1 is at $92. Item number 2 is at $36. Item number 3 is $160. So when you're looking at that, what'll end up happening is as you're going through, if someone decided to bid in the last couple of minutes, you'll see that single item sort of turn pink for a second. And then you'll see up in the time will now be bidding has been extended. So the hope for us when we're looking at these things is to see that some of these things go up higher and higher. If you go up a little bit, Jason, on that page just for a second, this is one of the things that we always try and look at first. If you go a little higher on the page, you'll see it says you can choose ascending bids or descending bids.
Where's that at?
Turn off live view. Sorry, that's what you have to do. Turn off live view for a second. That big black brown box.
Okay. And then
if you turn off the live view, it should actually give you something where you can sort. There you go. Now you can current bid. See there, you can sort by number. So if you go over to you can see up in the top under turn on live view, there's a 9 box and 3 box. If you go to 9 boxes, it'll show you 3 things in a row. View as that box up. The grid. A little higher right there. Yeah. Click on that. So this just shows us right now what our highest bidded items are that have the bid on them. So we got $260 and $190 for these 2 Todd Knock things. This is one of the things that's driving us absolutely batty. We bought these at Comic-Con for $20. I threw these in as a last-minute thing. And there are 2 highest items now at $450.
That is crazy.
So the other stuff that people thought we were crazy on, but I don't think we are, is things like putting in a Darth Vader on a card. So we did put in some items that we hoped would get them in attention to these.
Wow.
So that is a real 1977 Darth Vader on the card. It's got a minute left. It's at $160. So we're hoping that somebody's going to try and grab those. And so now we're back in live mode. So we get to see as these things go down. And this is what Rick and I end up doing. We sit here going, oh, what's happening? What's that? Like that's the fun part of the next, for us, the next 15 minutes is we just.
It is a rush.
It is. It's a rush to try and see where are the bids going. What's decided to go up crazily. I'm just taking a look myself further down. We got.
Okay, so what are the bid increments? It looks like $5, maybe up to $100, and then after that it goes to 10.
Yes, $1 up to 40. 40 goes by $5. At 100, it hits $10 blocks. But I just said, oh my God, because we have a Barbie lot on there that was at $30, and it's just been extended, and it's now at $170.
Woo!
So it's like those are the kind of things where you go, oh my goodness, and then we have some things like there's an antique composition doll, and we put 4 of these in, thinking that we would actually have something coming out of them, and people aren't bidding on them. And I'm like, I don't understand why. Like that composition doll that's down there, she's only got 50 seconds left. Now you see the bidding is extended on the Big Jim. So that's where someone has said, I want, and this for me, I didn't want to try and chip a Big Jim camper and a boat.
I grew up with that.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't have a Barbie. I didn't have a Barbie. I got my brother's hand-me-downs. Big Jim was the shit.
That's the thing we look at now is we just start watching these things live, and we hope that when you see there's 34 seconds left on Big Jim, we hope to see it flash pink. Because if it flashes pink, you'll see that 29 seconds will extend. There's the Star Wars. Now look, Darth is up to 220. So he has not died yet. He's still going at 1:46.
So the real Condor is going to be ending in 1-0 done. So
yeah. So 16 seconds at $16. I thought that would do a little bit better.
Ooh,
but it is a knockoff.
Barbie just went pink. Barbie went pink,
and now it's up to So
nice.
this is part of the fun part of being able to watch. Yeah, it's like
you know, it's fun on eBay to have one auction going crazy at the end. But
yeah.
when you have like 20 of them all popping at the same time, this is like.
Oh no, this is like so much Hercules.
It's Nirvana.
Hercules. Like
exactly.
That's all we do. And every time we see it, we go, oh, that would just yeah, like the vintage Barbie lots at 200. It's like that had $6 bid on it this morning. And I was like, what is wrong with this auction? Why has only got $6? Now it's got 200. I'm like, what is right with this auction?
Everything.
So here's my question, Craig. What's so important that's plugged into that outlet in every single picture?
Oh, snap. He did not.
Oh, that is actually, you know what ended up happening? We did extra pictures at home. So we actually moved into our living room to try and do some quick pictures.
You are dogging on the bad dog?
That's actually, well, no, that's Good Dog took those photos and he's our photo guy. Now, here's something. Too. Yeah, we split our albums up because we started looking at some other people's MaxSolds and they were putting single albums in by themselves and with a picture that just said record. I mentioned that in the other show. We put in 3 Rush records as 3 Rush records. We're at $22 on that.
Nice.
All right, so you got another bid on Barbie.
Yay!
That got
extended. We even put in the recalled penis, recalled Disney Black Diamond thing just to see if it would get a bid. And it's like, yeah, and Barbie just went up to 225.
Okay.
So Craig, what's your name on MaxSold?
It's Two Dogs Digs.
Two Dogs Digs, Linda.
Two Dogs Digs, or you can look up 705 Progress, which is the number. So, and the picture, if you go on to MaxSold, you'll see will be that Darth Vader picture. That's the one Star Wars picture that'll be showing for people as live and closing now.
Can I tell you one thing that as furniture buyers, when we look at online auctions, something that will pull us in and snag us into your auction every time is if in the first 10 items, first 10 to 15 items, if you put a few large pieces of furniture,
yes,
that guarantees I have to bring the trailer. You can be darn sure we are not leaving without that trailer full. So that means we will go back to our watch list and we will go back through every single listing and we get serious about bidding because we want to be able to distribute the cost of taking the trailer and the labor down there to offset the cost of everything we're buying.
Yes.
But we will fill the trailer. And that's how I get some of the cool stuff that we get for $1.
Damn, we try. $2.50. Woo!
We try to actually do that where we go our first 20 items. We try to highlight some of the things, and then we'll post. Like you saw the Chewie. Well, or the Darth Vader. There's a Chewbacca, but it's not closing for another 10 minutes. Because the nice other thing that MaxSold does is when you start your auctions, they stagger the closing of everything as well. So they only have like 3 or 4 items closing every 30 seconds. So if you have 160 items, they're all not closing at 9 o'clock on the dot. They're closing in increments. Holy crap. Barbie's up to 350.
Darth.
Oh, Darth is up to 350.
Refresh.
Darth
oh my gosh.
Yay! Now that's the one that my buddy Adrian said that I was literally freaking crazy.
Well, you are, but not in business.
Huh?
What did Adrian think Darth should sell for?
About $200 to $300 minimum. Okay. But he thought the fact that I would risk that for $1, right? Because to risk it for $1 is where you're sitting there going, oh, geez, do you really want to risk something for $1? Now, some of the other items in here from us, this has been like the vintage Barbie lot that we've got in there that's still at $235 and it still has bidding extended on it. That's actually dolls that we've had for about 15 years. So to me, there's no cost on it because we used to be giant toy and Barbie doll dealers. So we have a few hundred toys like the Big Jim. That's been sitting in our house for over 10 years. So there isn't really a cost for me to put any of these in. There is an absolute cost at some point, but it helps because it brings it down. The Star Wars figure, though, I literally bought the Darth Vader and the Chewbacca last September at a flea market for $30 each because the cards had their UPC torn off of them. And I still knew they were worth something. But
There it is, sold for $350, and Barbie sold for $235. So that's all, right?
Quite happy with the two of those being $600. So we'll pull in 70% of that. So if they're going to get 180, we'll still pull in $400 on those two things. So
you were telling me a little fun fact about Hero Quest. Share that with us.
Well, Hero Quest is actually a really there's two. The fun fact that I screwed up on the auction.
No, the fun fact you have like 17 of them at your house.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I did screw up on the auction too because I put one in and I tried to redo it and I forgot and I left two of them up. And I thought, oh crap, they sell for about $125 to $150, and I've left two of them up. I went, oh well, it doesn't really matter. I have like 7 of them downstairs. And when I said that to JC, he goes, "You have?" I was like, "Well, I had 9." Like, I just buy them. I see them all the time at like at garage sales and at Savers and Value Villages. And the thing is, I have 3 or 4 of them that are literally just pieces right now. There's a guy on eBay who took one of them and pieced it all out. And so far, since December 3rd, he has sold over $400 from piecing that out. Every character is $9. Every, like the rat, a little white plastic rat to sit on top of a little plastic fireplace, he's selling for $5, and he sold 6 of them. So I'm like, I might even just break those mine up instead of actually trying to sell them for $150. So, but yeah, this is the Champions role playing. I bought them for $4. They got $1. It's like, oh crap, that didn't really work that well for me. The Star Trek Creo and the Halo set, $10 current bid close. Well, I paid $5 each for them, so I'm not making any money on that. So every once in a while, you can see something. The Hot Wheels is still going at $51. That's great. The other Barbie lot at $40. I didn't think that would even get 20. So some of the things go for higher than you expect. The banana splits, I do not understand why that went.
Yeah, that blew me away.
That was my husband's first concert ever. Well,
and the thing was, there's been a talk about a new Banana Splits movie coming out too. So I was like, I even made sure I put tra la 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 in the description. And maybe I did it for me, but Scott was asking, do comic books sell well on MaxSold? Yes, some of them do. We've actually seen a lot of people selling comics on here, but what you've got to take a look at, and this is why I always say to people, take a look at some other MaxSolds in your area or even outside of your area, but especially if you've got a MaxSold in your area, and see what other people are doing. We would have put in our comics in giant lots. We would have put our records in as giant lots. Then we started seeing people listing 2 comics. 1 comic, and they're not putting a condition in. This is what threw us off. They're throwing a picture of a comic on the front and the back, and they're getting bids of $10 and $20 and $30 for it. So nope, they're not. Yeah, I know, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I want everyone to have a nightmare tonight, so I thought I'd throw that up in big size.
It has teeth.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Hey, now here's a question on this Rocket Raccoon. Should you have, or would not it have mattered? Should you have thrown Avengers in the title too?
I probably could have, because you can do the searches that way. And we have seen items sell for good money that have had nothing to do with the auction. There was an auction that was on MaxSold about 3 weeks ago, and everything in it was I call it old lady China. And one lot was some Pez, and they were Pez no feet. And I looked at it and I went, I'm going to bid on this. No one else is going to find this Pez in this woman's old lady auction. And I bid like $30 on it. And then I went back and thought, I wonder if I got it. Went for $635.
Doesn't that stink when you think you're the smartest one at the auction?
Yeah, but I was really happy because I thought, well, that's great. Somebody who's a Pez person is looking at every single auction and they're typing Pez, search, Pez, search, Pez, search. Yeah. Same with Barbies, Barbie search, Beetle search. So that's the thing that actually helped me a little bit too. And this past weekend, we were at an estate sale and I saw a vintage Pez set in a store display for $40 of 6 no-feet Pez's in a felt Pez store display. So because I saw that other one sell for $600, I grabbed that for $40. And I'm probably going to put it on to MaxSold. I might try it on eBay, but I got to do some research on it. But that was one thing that made me think, I got to buy some Pez now.
Chrissy, I know them.
Yeah, Rick, their hair was not done well. They needed help. They needed help from
Lynn Mass,
the North Shore Academy of Beauty Culture.
All right, so Pam, you know, got to answer in the chat. Pam wants to know, is keyword spamming allowed on MaxSold?
Yeah, you can say anything you want of any kind. So you can,
Oh,
like, as you can see, like I put, even when I've got like a perfect example, like what you can't do is you can't sell counterfeit items. You can't knowingly counterfeit. I always say try not to sell damaged items, and you can't sell illegal items. So there are rules and regulations as to what you can't just decide. I'm going to sell an AK-47, or I'm going to sell certain vintage war memorabilia. They don't allow that type of thing. So, and if you can't sell, like, if you're going to sell something, like you couldn't sell a recalled baby, like car seats, but you can sell antique things. And one of the things we do is, if we ever do, we put in that not for use, like for display purposes only, that you can sell something, because people do want to collect old baby carriages, but they're not for babies. Hopefully.
Okay. As you're scrolling through, I'm getting kind of mad that there's things I probably would have bid on.
For $1.
So Jane wants to know, have you had repeat buyers?
Yes, multiple repeat buyers. We actually have had, we normally see about, I'd say right now we're getting into about 20% of our buyers are repeat buyers. They know where we are. I mentioned in the earlier show that we had somebody who came from Niagara Falls, which is almost an hour and a half away. He's been to 6 of our auction pickups. So he comes all the way from Niagara Falls. And we had a couple of people in our last auction who came in and they said, we love your auctions. We look for you all the time. So anything that goes up and they see 705 progress, they go, oh, we got to look at this auction, because we do a really fast pickup. As opposed to the challenge with an estate sale pickup is a lot of times it's like you have to walk in, grab everything yourself. We take it from the back. We have a loading dock at the back. We'll like open the loading dock and help you out with your furniture. Like, we want people to have a great experience as well. So we try and make it fast. We have packing material in case people didn't bring any. And normally you're supposed to not basically hands up and go, okay, that's it over there. Go get it. That's it over there. That's what they do when they're holding an estate sale. They're not responsible for packing or anything like that. As a reseller, it's a different market for us. We want people to be repeat people. Estate people want to clear it out, right? So
since MaxSold isn't in here, have you become like a personal shopper for anybody? Because we have certain people that look for certain stuff, and we're like, yeah, we'll hook you up, you know. But we only do it for people that are willing to pay the prices that it's worth. They just don't want to deal with the hassle of an auction.
No, that's a great opportunity. We've actually done, the only thing we've done, we don't source for anybody else yet. We've tried doing some consignments. There's actually a couple of items in here where we're consigning them. And we're not finding it great. We're not seeing the turnout that we need, because we have to charge a lot of money to make money for ourselves to take the pictures, do the pickups, and so that's the one challenge we've had, is we don't have enough items consigned that way. We haven't shipped any. I just see Jeannie asking if we've shipped any sold items. Not yet, but because MaxSold says do a pickup. So what we do is we'll put an ad. Like last night, I actually put an ad onto, or a couple of days ago, onto Kijiji, which is our Craigslist. And I put a link to our auction. I put pictures from our auction, and I put right in the ad, if you want something shipped, we will ship it. And within an hour, I had messages from Montreal, which is like far away, and Vancouver, both telling me, and another guy who was in Toronto, who said, if I bid on something, can I get it shipped? I'm getting married on Sunday, so I can't do the pickup. And I was like, well, if you're getting married or something, message me. I'll hold it for you for a week.
I don't care what you're doing. You're paying for it. I'll ship it.
Or and the guy in Montreal, I said, well, just figure out what you won, and then I'll weigh it, I'll box it, and we ship stuff normally. So I can tell you this is how much it's going to cost on Canpar or Canada Post, and I'll invoice you through PayPal the shipping costs, because MaxSold will collect the money for the item, and I'll know it's been paid. But the other guy who was getting married, I just said, I'll hold it for a week.
You're such a good guy.
We have the space.
We have the space, and if he's going to hopefully bid on something and give me some extra money, and then look for the next auction and tell a friend, like, I'd rather say, sure, I'll hold on to it for a week.
Darth Vader's arms have fallen off.
Yeah, the elastic inside fell apart, and when we went and found him, we just thought, we'll put him up. I don't know what
little handicapped Darth Vader,
and he's only got $5 on him. So
little handicapped Darth.
But even there, like the Def Leppard, Jimi Hendrix, and Iron Butterfly records, you can see the description: 3 albums.
Luke Skywalker was very effective.
That's it. Nothing else. We're not putting anything in there that says that like they're not scratched, they're in excellent condition. None of that. It's just 3 albums, and we got people bidding on them. And
so,
he has a lot.
Wouldn't you go the extra mile though and put the names of the characters instead of just saying figures?
You can, yes. I just didn't really want to.
All right, well, hey, I love your
in the case of the Star Wars stuff, it was like I just didn't really. I figured if someone's going to see vintage 1980 Star Wars, they're going to be able to look at it and go, okay, I know that's Lando Calrissian in his Cloud City uniform. I don't need to put that in the whole thing. There were the one other sort of general lot that I had up there. I really didn't think there was anything of consequence, so I just said, okay, there's a Lara Croft, and there's this in it. But the other stuff, I didn't want to write them all down. There's other people who would literally just put toys, and then that's nothing else.
And there's a difference between searching Star Wars on eBay and searching Star Wars within an auction, like auctionzip.com or something like that. It's going to be very few. If I put in Star Wars into, like, say, an auction zip, I feel like I'm screaming, sorry. If I put, like, Star Wars into an auction zip, I might get 25 auctions that show up. And, so it's not as huge of a deal not to put all the character names in. But I am such an auction junkie. This is terrible. I'm like, Jason, hit refresh and go to the highest. I need to see what stuff is selling for.
The one that he's showing up there now, it's like I put vintage 1980 Star Wars Snowspeeder and figures. I could have put Wampa. I could have put like Hoth or Han in Hoth, but I just thought I don't need to do that.
From our experience, 1980 Star Wars, that's all you need.
I still got $60 on it.
Yeah.
There's a chimp head in there that's a little further down, and it's a Wowie chimp head. It's the It's Alive chimp head. It doesn't work, and we have $30 bid on it.
Hey, you're missing 2 parts of the snow speeder.
Yeah, but I don't care. I took a bunch of pictures. I don't. I like, this is stuff where it's like I know. If you're asking, you know what? I know what's missing. You mean the cap that goes on the top, the cockpit?
No, you're missing the 2 guns that come off the side.
Oh no, I'm not missing them. I pulled them off and I'm selling them separately on eBay. And I left this with. I pulled the cockpit off of another thing, and I'm selling that separately.
Touché.
Love it.
Right? As is, where is? Somebody's got a picture of it. They can see there's no guns. They can't come and tell me, wait, where are the guns? It's like, well, does a picture have a gun?
And as an online auction buyer, I can tell you that you will develop a trust after the first auction of what you can trust this auction person, or the consignor or the auctioneer. That are they putting in enough pictures? We have one that we buy from frequently, and they will say it's in the basement and it's musty.
Yes.
That means, to me, I read that as everything stinks. So I just avoid it unless it's something I know I can clean. But for clothing and stuff, I don't. But there are some auctioneers that we have learned the hard way not to trust. Everything turns into a giant game of I Spy.
Yeah.
And you start looking for visual clues, especially because ours are not necessarily studio photos like this. They may be like, they'll open up a kitchen cabinet and they'll say contents.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the furniture, you start looking around at the floor.
Yep.
Are we seeing, there's certain clues that you look for. I'm like, are there ambulatory devices? Were there walkers and things that people may have a pet? Yep. And maybe the people are no longer ambulatory. So maybe the pet's having accidents in the house.
Or the people.
Bingo.
Right.
I was trying to be delicate, Craig, but thanks for blowing that out of the water.
No, but
we look around and like, okay, there's dog cages. You look around, and if they've moved something and you can stains on the carpet, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to buy upholstered furniture, but I'm all about those Fiesta dishes in the cabinet because those are safe.
And we do that. We use that same sort of methodology too when we go to an estate sale. If we see an estate sale and you see that there's all of these ambulatory things around, we start going, okay, would we want to look at the chairs? Well, we'd be very cautious about the cushions on a chair.
Yeah.
But would we go into the cupboards and go, oh, I'll take those dishes? Sure. Yeah. Like, I'll go through, they may have papers or things like that are great. And it's like, yeah, I'll smell a few and if it's musty. But if I start seeing boxes that have stains on the bottom, I'm going, I don't know how much mold and this basement must have flooded. So let's just leave this one alone.
It's like, where's Waldo for grown-ups only
Yeah.
making money?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, there is no reason at all those three records, A, should be together.
Yep. I know that.
And B, there are no reason to be at 42.88. None of those three
Oh, they're
records
up
are
42. I still see 37.88. So
I see 42.88.
Yeah,
Are you
so-
seeing Canadian?
so this
Yep,
is-
no,
this
I just saw the pink go through now.
right now because those records are not worth $43. Those three.
So now you know why I decided to split out my records on MaxSold.
They
Because
are to
I started
somebody.
seeing, I saw an auction 2 months ago where someone put 9 records in, all individual records, and they were Dolly Parton's Trio. That was their picture. That was their main picture too. Dolly Parton's Trio, a Linda Ronstadt album, a Donna Summer album, and every one of the things got, a Donnie and Marie, every one of the things got between $10 and $14. And I was like, there is no freaking way that any of these things are worth that much money. So instead of putting these in, I literally pulled those 3 out, and I went, I got 3 Rush ones, I can put them together. I got 2 Ozzy Osbournes, I can put them together. Oh, I can't find anything to go with these. I'll just throw Def Leppard, Jimmy, they're all rocky. They're all guitar people.
They're all 80-ishy.
Yeah.
So they're not 80. Is she Jimi Hendrix?
Okay.
Iron
Well,
Butterfly?
no.
That's it. You're out. Get out.
We also didn't describe the
Okay, no, but
right?
you show me the Def Leppard, and 18-year-old me is drinking a glass of wine, watching an auction online. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm bidding on that.
Yeah.
That's my history. I want that.
And I'm not going to lose it. It keeps extending, and I'm going to keep bidding, and I'm going to keep bidding. So
Yeah, because it gets to a point where I don't like to lose, but then there's a very strict line of I don't like it anymore.
yeah, I'm not thinking that.
A story for those 71 of you who tuned in tonight. I don't think I've told this one before, but see the Def Leppard Pyromania cover where the building's exploding?
Yeah.
The first time my mother had to pick me up from being arrested, I had shoplifted Pyromania by Def Leppard in 1984 by Van Halen. And so when I got to court and they had that there for the evidence, it changed radically from this teenager was shoplifting to, the judge goes, I see the cover of this Pyromania. Do you like setting fires, young man?
Oh my God.
I've never set a fire in my life. I'm like, no, I just didn't feel like buying things, so I stole them.
But we're from the same generation, so he was probably watching a lot of Oprah.
And,
so
and
he
we
knew.
said first time, yes, Mom had to pick me up twice from being
Poor
arrested.
Peggy.
The other
God bless her.
Those 3 albums are now at $48. $48.
I'm a music seller. There's no reason those should be at $48. Zero.
Pictures.
It's the fabulous pictures that
Oh,
Good
those
Dog
photos
took.
are fabulous, Rick. Clearly, it's the
I don't even see
photography,
the
obviously.
outfit in that
Hey, Peggy. A couple of people must be drunk bidding because, like,
she missed the story of her picking me up, getting arrested. You have to go back.
Is Peggy here now?
Yeah,
Hey, Peggy.
She just showed up.
I think those are
2 items left.
so those right now, those are the only 2 items that are actually left live. So
These
they
two?
are going to keep, and they literally could extend for another half an hour because it's every time someone bids, it goes up.
We're
Every
so
time
close.
it bids, it goes up. So Rick's going to tell me our total right now on everything that we got,
$39.64,
including these 2.
including those 2.
We're at $3,964.
So Linda's got a great question. Do you build a reputation on MaxSold on eBay, or does it really matter?
Not yet. I mean, I think that eventually we will. As I said, we've got repeat bidders who now look for 705 Progress, which is our auction place where we hold it, and it's really nice because as you do a few more extra auctions with MaxSold, they now put our Two Dogs Digs logo right beside there, so it says MaxSold. If you go up to the top of the screen, I think
That's nice.
It should be there on the top, at the very top of the screen, Jason.
Right there.
Yeah, it says MaxSold in partnership with Two Dogs Digs. So
Teeny tiny logo.
a teeny
like
tiny
that.
logo in there, yeah.
Little baby logo.
It's
Little
we
baby
have to get a
URL.
bigger logo.
Teeny tiny.
We have to do a better logo. That it's because we got the dogs in the doghouse. When you shrink it down, it gets tiny. so that they can start doing that. We've actually talked to MaxSold as well to say we'd like to see if there's a way you can start doing some kind of feedback or there's some positivity that people can get. So we know we held a good auction because we've had people come in and go, oh my God, this pickup has been the fastest I've ever done in my life. I love this. I'm going to watch for you again. Or you have such neat stuff. And one of the things we do on our pickups is we put stuff out for our future auctions.
Ooh.
So when we had our last pickup, we had a lot of these toys visible. And people were going, how much is that? I said, well, in 2 weeks, it'll be up on MaxSold. So
we did the same thing, but because we're a retailer, Russ was like, you could buy this today.
Yeah.
And they
like, you bought this other
that.
cool military thing. Look what else we have.
And they do allow that. There's people who have MaxSold auctions, and they're actually in like antique places or built or off businesses like yours, Angela. And you could hold it and have a pickup there, and there's nothing stopping that person from walking around your store and buying the rest of the stuff, right?
Especially if they come in for auction preview.
Yeah, so you can set that up too. Right now, they don't necessarily have that. We've never tried an auction preview with them. We might in the future.
Oh, that was one thing I forgot to ask in the show. I guess auction preview is not really. Is it a thing generally, or just not with you all?
In MaxSold, it's not. It's
okay.
Actually nothing has. It says no auction previews available, but I think that there might be an opportunity to do that in the future if you want to do that. So, Jason,
obviously, we welcome it, but on the other side, as a buyer, we've learned which auctioneers we can trust and which ones that we don't, because we try not to buy in our own backyard. To sell in this area, so we go out, a little ways.
Holy shit! That's
holy shit!
Vernon Shirley.
It is, yeah. It is.
Holy
that shows you about like there's no such thing as keyword spamming. I put Shlemiel Shlamaj.
I saw that, and I was like,
I saw how bad the dolls looked. I'm like, oh my God, that doesn't look a thing like them.
But at the same time, I love them exactly for that.
I have Lenny and Squiggy downstairs, but they are in their box and they're on display. So this had a box that was destroyed. And I tried to sell them a few other times and didn't really get anywhere with them. So
Garbage Pail Kid lots.
The Garbage Pail Kid lots was ridiculous. I bought a binder full of Garbage Pail Kid stickers. And I found a whole bunch of doubles and triples inside it. I have about 400 of them, doubles and triples. So I threw them into 2 lots of 50. And I don't know how much we got for them, like $50. So, and there's the Aussie thing, $22. I wouldn't have thought that would go for that much money. So we made from like 7 albums, $100. And
can Rick hear me?
$70.
Yeah.
Rick, hi.
Hello.
Okay, Laverne DeFazio is kind of like my spirit animal. So anything else that comes across?
All right.
All right. So that's what minus whatever they paid for the items. That's what they did tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. So
you sat here for an hour and a half and you made $2,800.
Well, we can paint this black and then you can have a wooden Boo Boo Kitty.
It's my logo.
It looks like Boo Boo Kitty, doesn't it?
Oh, okay. See, have you noticed my Hanky Panky logo?
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Is Boo Boo Kitty?
Had this. It is Boo Boo Kitty. I didn't think about that.
Saving it.
Oh,
the whole world has come full circle.
He said he was saving this for you.
The PM Prager me your address. And he's yours. Did you hear me? PM your address.
He said, well,
I heard you, Rick. Thank you. Over 10-4. Over now. Roger, clear that.
There's no time. We're almost out of time. So,
well, you know what? Why don't you wait and bring it to the open and ship it from the States? It'll be a lot cheaper.
Oh, we have a cross-border shipper. So.
Yeah, we use cross-border shippers in Toronto.
Or maybe.
USPS.
Hey, are you listening?
Yeah.
We're going to try to sneak out for Sunday and Monday before we do.
Okay.
It's a secret.
Yeah. Don't
tell anybody but the 800 people in this group.
Well, Linda, Linda says she's so setting up on MaxSold. It's like, Linda, if you are, don't hesitate in reaching out to us. Like use the code. Use the code. Number one, make sure you use the code thrift when you're doing it as well. Jason will probably pop that up again so that you get your $100 off. And then just let us know any questions you have of any kind. We have a couple people in Toronto right now who are setting it up, and they're literally like sending me messages like, I'm not sure what should I do with this, how do I do this, what kind of photos, and I take the time without a problem, and I'll answer everything I can possibly do. And as I say, I'm going to probably try and build a quick video in the next couple of days that just
and if someone's offering the help, take it. You know, it's same with Jason. If someone is offering the help, accept it. We don't have to do it all on our own. That's amazing that you're offering it to everybody.
Well, again, it's like even with the whole idea about the thrifting board itself, it's like you're never going to be in every place to buy everything and resell everything that you're possibly going to do. Just like that's why I don't mind if there's bolos. I don't like it's like everybody can buy stuff. I'm not sitting in like some people in a thrift store 24 hours a day. So if I can help someone else find it, then this is Vegas.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Vegas.
There she is.
Oh my God. I thought it was I honestly thought it was a Steph sloth. That's what I thought I saw.
Yeah.
You're a real doggy. Hi. Oh, Russ, come look. Russ, come here.
So my mom is late, but they have MaxSold in Cleveland, so we've already determined you're going to have a MaxSold auction,
Vegas.
and then we're going to watch it, and we're going to do this with you. So get ready, Mom. We watch these shows and get ready, Mom.
All right, I'm going to bring Russ in for a second. There's Russ. Hi. Oh, now Vegas is gone. Now the dog is gone.
Oh, sad. Sorry. You'll have to watch.
All right, so I want to thank Craig and Rick for being on both shows. I want to thank Angela for hosting both shows.
Oh, this was fun.
Excuse me. And
Lynn Mass for dropping by.
Oh, Lynn Mass, of course.
Oh, yes, Lynn Mass.
And the brisket.
The next webinar I'm going to be doing for everyone, but as always, it's free for Secret Beach, is cassettes. And look what I did today. I've been sorting 720 cassettes. So this is the beginnings of the next big webinar. It'll obviously be a good part two, for we've done CDs already. Those of you here in the Secret Beach, we've done a couple on records. So cassettes is next. Again, it's a nice small product, easy to list, easy to store, easy to ship. And there's tons of money to be made, but I do feel this is a window that will close. So that's why I want to do this right away so y'all can benefit from that. So that's what we're working on right now. Yes, as Robert Johnson said, now on to the after show where these two hold up their heads and have conversations. I just go home, have dinner, and you guys can just keep talking amongst the heads.
Dinner, it's 10 o'clock. It's almost my bedtime.
Oh, wait a minute.
Reminder, I will be taking pre-orders for these tiki mugs, right? Jason.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess.
So my chick has a tattoo. Does yours? I got mine at a garage sale for $1.
Oh, it's Miss Nicole. Yes, actually, you know what? Look, I'm Miss Susie Kim.
Oh, nice.
All right, I'm back.
Mine has like 40. Jason.
Okay, we've just like gone so off the rails. Luckily,
did you expect anything else?
This
is way more tame than I expected it would be, honestly.
What about the Golden Queen?
Oh, shit, Rick.
This was the Golden Queen that Rick bought because the lashes.
Hold on. I kind of love her, Rick.
He didn't realize that when he saw her, he goes, "Oh, she's so nice," and I went like, "Oh, you did." No, it's a. So I can put her on.
Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Okay, this is getting too bizarre.
All right, and that's all time.
This is a Twilight episode.
You need to edit the last 5 minutes of this out.
That was
this is internet gold.
Bonus show I'll ever have. So.
That's right.
So thank you everyone for tuning in live. Thank you everyone for spending
this was so much fun
with us. I know it's not in every market, but they are expanding. They're going to be expanding. So those of you who watched, if you're in a market, and I saw Becky in the chat, I think maybe on the first show, say about my mom's meetup in Ohio. they should get together and do it. And I think that's great. My mom's got her meetup this week on Saturday. So, Mom, I'm still waiting for the post. Where's that?
We're trying to get our meetup hooked up with your mom's meetup too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We moved down to small
choir boys. She has hers too.
Oh, crap! I don't have any. I have that. I do not have.
Well, you'll just have to do the pose.
I can snap mine in half. You could have more.
Yeah, you just have to do the pose, Jason. You have to become a choir boy. Become a choir boy.
Ooh. All right, I'll end with something I know you two don't have. Brass knuckles.
Oh shit! You're right. I don't. Hang on.
A hot dog on a stick.
Yeah, I got a hot dog on a stick.
Bam!
It's probably just as hard as the brass knuckles.
You make me want a hot dog real bad.
So I see. To get back to our actual topic, Beverly said, "Excellent content. Thank you."
Do we have a topic?
Market. I'm going to be checking it out and see if I can get some stuff together. So, Beverly, if you do that, let us know, and we'll have a viewing party on the night it ends in the Secret Beach. And that's for anybody. If you guys want to do an auction, just don't have it end on a Thursday because that's when I'm busy doing other shows. But if you want to have an auction, we'd love to sit around and watch your auctions end. So we'll just do it in the Secret Beach and let us know. Just give us the link, let us know the date, and we'll all hang out and watch your auctions then.
And one of the things that I should have mentioned, I forgot, is that there are some people in a market that are actually two people together are doing their first MaxSold together. So if you're kind of, even you're a little chicken about that, the two of you can just say, well, we'll put it together. And the great thing, again, it's all on the cloud. So I can be working on my first item like 1 to 50, and Rick could be working on items like 51 to 100 in a completely different place.
And the same thing for the app. You can actually
same thing works with the app if you're using it on iOS.
People.
So with that,
so again, it all comes full circle.
Say,
if
well,
you have a meetup,
we're going to have $100 risk per person instead of a $200 risk per person. So,
Jason, you know my rack is bigger than yours.
All right, I think there's no better way than to end on a jackalope. So there we go. Thank you, everybody. It's been a fun night.
This is the best Thursday ever.
Thank you for having us. We really enjoyed this.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Angela.
Woof, woof.
Thanks,
See you, Jay. Good night, everybody.